intimation that the offense can be too complicated at times. Do you think that's fair at all?
What do you mean by complicated?
I don't know what they meant, but the assertion was that
I'm not a smart guy, and I.
What? What the? All right. That's not what he said. That's not technically what he said. A reporter asked him if this offense is too complicated, and he said, I'm not a smart guy, and I can figure out this offense. It's just funny that Doug Peterson would even say that. I'm not a smart guy. Because the more I watch him call plays for this offense, the more I realize he's not a smart guy, dude. He's just not. Without Frank Reich leading the way offensively, Doug Peterson can't do it, man. Maybe he's not a smart guy. Maybe he was just a quarterback in the NFL who became BFFs with Andy Reid, and he ended up with a head coaching job out of it. Maybe he has no idea what he's doing. Seriously, maybe he doesn't. What's up, guys? My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. As always, hit the subscribe button if you like hearing Philly sports talk all day, every day. Man, that's just funny. That is just funny. So anyway, moving on from that. Well, Doug Peterson did a press conference today where he addressed a couple of things. One of the things he addressed is the Eagles' offensive struggles, whether or not Carson Wentz is checking down the ball enough, whether the offense is too complicated or not. And he basically said, listen, it's tough to win in this league. He just didn't sound very confident to me. At one point he said this. He said, there's 11 guys on the field, and I have to make sure I'm calling the right play at the right time and hope that all 11 of those guys execute the play. Like, he's making it sound like it's very difficult to do, which means maybe he's just not good at it. Maybe he's starting to realize he's not good at it. Who knows, man? But it is what it is. Go watch the press conference if you want to hear what he says. He really didn't offer any good insight on anything because he never does. He just kind of skips questions and says stupid things like, I'm not a smart guy. Let's move on to the snitch. Apparently there's a player in the Eagles locker room who said something about Carson Wentz. The first thing I want to say is, this team has a lot of problems. A lot of problems. And Carson Wentz is not one of them. Carson Wentz has been the only bright spot on this team this far through the season. The only bright spot. He's doing everything possible. I mean, you see plays where he overthrows the ball once in a while. But guess what, man? Nobody hits 100% of their throws. Good quarterbacks throw 60, 70%, and that's what he does. Just look at the stats, man. And without a couple of drops, this team is 5-1 right now. The only legitimate loss we have is that Vikings loss where our defensive secondary forgot that they had to play a football game that day. I mean, they were either hungover or they played Call of Duty Mobile until 5 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure what happened, but they did not show up. Carson Wentz is not the issue. Another thing I want to say is that Josina Anderson put out this tweet. Here it is. We'll read the tweet real quick. Eagles player to me on Jalen Ramsey going to the Rams. First of all, she has a lot of tweets like this where it's an anonymous player, it's an inside source, it's a something or other. There's never any legitimate proof that this actually happened. It could be a total lie, and that's what reporters do, man. They make up stories. So, is she just trying to further her brand and get attention by making up a story? Or did somebody really say this? We dropped the ball I don't even want to talk about that blank. Everybody knew what was going to take to get him. I could have told you that. At first, I thought it sounded like Alshon Jeffrey because he says the crap word a lot, and it's funny. But I actually don't even have a problem with this right here. I mean, it had to be an offensive player because they're sick of our defense sucking it up. But then there was another tweet about an anonymous player saying that Carson Wentz is doing too much, isn't checking the ball down enough, and all that kind of stuff. And maybe it was the linebacker that they just released. Maybe the Eagles head coaches in front office realized that this guy was a cancer to the locker room, and they cut him. Maybe it was that guy that said it. But listen, anonymous player, blah, 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 whatever, doesn't matter. Carson Wentz is not the issue. The person is wrong if they actually said that. I don't know if I even believe Josina Anderson. I really don't even know if I believe her or not. But yeah, if it's true, man, this team's got issues. The defense is not communicating. Everybody's trying to blame somebody. Everybody always ends up blaming Carson Wentz for some reason, when the clear problem is the defensive secondary. I mean, that's the clear problem with this team, and the fact that we don't have receivers who can get open in the NFL, run good routes, and catch balls. But it is what it is, man. Maybe they cut the guy. Maybe it was the guy that they cut. Maybe the snitch is still there. Who knows, man? But it's not good. But at the same time, whatever. You just move forward. It had to be somebody with no importance to the team, really. Maybe it was a practice squad guy. Who knows who Josina Anderson is even talking to? Eagles player, she says. Is it a current player? Is it a retired player? Is it a starter? Is it a backup? Is it a practice squad guy? Is it the ball boy? Is it the freaking water boy? Come on, man. Josina Anderson. All right, so what do we need to do to beat the Cowboys? Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby are returning. And I would like to say, hey, man, that's awesome. But it's not. It's Jalen Mills and Ronald Darby. Is it a step up from the guys we had last week not even trying? Probably. At least these guys give effort. They're not good enough to hang with top wide receivers, but they give effort, So, yeah, it's an upgrade, I guess. They're still going to get beat by top wide receivers. Lucky for them, the Cowboys have a lot of injuries right now. I don't even know if Amari Cooper's even going to play in this game. That helps our secondary. Randall Cobb, I don't know where the hell he's been. I don't know what's going on with him. But it's not good either way, because if we have to rely on a team being hurt to have a chance at beating them, we're screwed. We're not going to the playoffs or deep into the playoffs at all. But I do think we can win this game. And somebody made a good point yesterday. The players on this team, on the defensive secondary, are the ones who won the Super Bowl. So something is different right now, And maybe, just maybe, they can fix it. Maybe they can. Here I am, a couple days later, being positive again, because this is what I do. I'm negative. I say the team sucks. They don't have a chance. And then a couple days go by, and I start, yeah, you know what? Maybe they can do this, this, and this to fix it. Listen, at the end of the day, we're going to have to get to Dak Prescott for this defense to be successful. Our defensive line is going to have to get to the quarterback. Unfortunately for us in this game, the Cowboys still have the top offensive line in football. And if we don't get to Dak, he's going to throw all over us just like Kirk Cousins did, just like literally any quarterback besides Luke Falk can do against this secondary. I'm not a Dak Prescott hater, but I know that he will dice up the field if you give him the opportunity. But if you load the box, shut down the run, force him to pass, and get pressure on him, he will fail like he's been doing. This is actually a matchup of two teams that are struggling incredibly, and I don't even know if it's going to be a good game to watch, man. But if we can pull out a win, that'll be good for us. We'll be in first place in the NFC East, and then we can move forward in the next weeks, taking care of the problems that we have, the injuries that we have, the snitches that we have, all that kind of stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Give me your predictions on the Cowboys-Eagles game. What do you think of Doug Peterson? Is Doug Peterson a smart guy? I don't know, man. I don't know. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you like hearing people talk Philly sports all day, every day, because that's what I do. Give this video a like, man. Get my likes up, man. Why are you watching my videos and not hitting the like button? Come on, bro. Have a good day.